Tramonti.
Julia, I really wanted to have a meeting with you. When I heard you were in Chicago, I put all my engagements off to see you.
What an honour. As soon as I heard you wanted to see me, I also put all my engagements off.
We've known each other for many years. We've seen each other in many trade meetings, but I've never used your professional services. Maybe now's the moment.
Tramonti is the oldest fashion firm in the country. I read in a newspaper once that your grandfather arrived from Italy and set himself up almost a century ago. It's a synonym for quality.
Exactly. And things have always gone so well that we haven't developed. But I'm going to sum the situation up for you now. Before starting, would you like a coffee?
No, thanks.
Is the air conditioning all right for you, or would you like me to turn it off?
No, it's fine for me, thanks. It's very hot today.
Well, we maintain the traditional policy of preparing 2 collections a year and of putting on spectacular fashion shows in order to keep our prestige image in the eyes of both the general public and our clients, who are the most important shops and department stores of the country.
I know how it works. Then they put in their orders and you manufacture what they ask for. How many clients do you have?
At present, we have 1,300 clients. They buy from us for all those faithful women loyal to the brand, and there are still many of them.
So I suppose your problem is how to go over from the existing structure to a more modern one, manufacturing a specific number of articles each season and then selling them in your own outlet.
Exactly. Our turnover hasn't been growing for several years, which is the same as dropping, because prices are rising and there are 3 new manufacturers who've opened 200 shops each in the past 10 years and are selling enormous quantities.
And you can't open Tramonti shops because your clients would stop buying from you.
Exactly. But that's what our sales team always tells us.
What you need to do is create a new brand name, which I suppose would be aimed at younger women with less money. Less expensive clothes and cheaper tailoring.
And where would I sell them?
You should start with a single shop. Just one, but a very important one.
I believe you handled the renovation for Emporio, didn't you?
Yes, in their case, we promoted a new brand name called Malizia. It's been an enormous success.
Who invented the brand name?
I set up some brainstorming sessions, and with the 5 best names, we carried out some surveys, which were very well prepared by marketing experts. And Malizia was a hit.
How interesting. And what about the design side?
I've commissioned Robson & Robson, the famous firm of headhunters, to look for a designer. We selected a revolutionary young designer who was born in South Africa and is working in San Francisco, and who was very open, positive, and had great taste.
And you hit the bullseye. 10 out of 10 for the brand name and 10 out of 10 for the designer.
And while all this was going on, we had a real estate agency who specialised in stores looking for the ideal store in the centre of New York for us.
And you found them. I was at the opening. It was fantastic. With Claudia Schiffer, Naomi Campbell and all the others. And from that time on, the shop has been full.
They've now opened 100 Malizia stores under franchise.
Ah, so they're franchises.
Yes, the firm doesn't have enough capital to open so many shops in so little time. With franchises, you can expand very fast so as to generate a high level of production, which reduces costs.
Julia, I'm very interested. Could you look after the transformation of our firm?
The truth is, it's a very similar job to what I did for Emporio. I would have to speak to them first, and I think they might put up some difficulties.
But you're not working for them now, are you?
No, not for the last 2 years. But I don't know whether it would be professional on my part. On the other hand, the fashion business is my strong area. So if I don't work in fashion, I lose momentum. Besides, I would love it.
Julia, I'm going to pay you a lot of money for your help. You're going to make more than you've ever dreamt of. You realise that Tramonti will be the height of your professional career.
I know, I thought of that when you phoned me. And what's more, you have more capital resources and could set up your own shops, which is the real thing. You could keep the businesses more under control. It's perfect.
I'm going to have a meeting with the shareholders. We'll draw up a draft contract. Don't go to speak to your previous clients until you've received our offer, okay?
Okay, Laura, it sounds very interesting. When I get your offer, I'll phone you and we'll have another meeting. Now I must rush to the airport. Do you know what day it is today?
No, what day is it?
It's my birthday. I'm 40 years old today.
Congratulations, and today is the day I make you this offer. Well, you have to accept it. It's obvious.
All my friends have prepared a surprise party for me, and they don't know that I already know about it. But I'm really looking forward to it. There'll be more than 60 people. I must look my best tonight. Thanks, Laura. I've really enjoyed speaking to you about this.
So have I. Have a great evening.
Hello, my name is Christina, and I am one of your teachers. Today, we're going to continue learning about phrasal verbs. Let's start by revising what we have already learned about phrasal verbs. In Unit 142, you learned that a phrasal verb is a combination of a verb and a preposition, or an adverb. You can have more than one preposition, or both an adverb and a preposition. Remember, the most important thing about phrasal verbs is that combining a verb with a preposition or an adverb completely changes its meaning. For example, to look does not mean the same as the phrasal verb to look after, which means to take care of something or someone. Also remember that there are separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. If the phrasal verb is followed by a noun, it can be separated. For example, to take your jacket off, to make a story up, to turn the TV off. Today, we are going to look at phrasal verbs that can be separated. Let's begin with the phrasal verbs give back and make up. Look at these examples carefully. Give back. I will give the money back to you tomorrow. I will give back the money to you tomorrow. Notice that when the object is a noun, it is not obligatory to separate the phrasal verb. Here are some more examples. Have you given back the record I lent you? She gave me back my ring and married somebody else. She gave me my ring back and married somebody else. Now, look at some examples of to make up. Make up. He made up a story to explain his absence. He made a story up to explain his absence. He makes up a joke about his mother-in-law. He makes jokes up about his mother-in-law. Is that true, or did you make it up? Remember that if the object is a pronoun, we must always separate the phrasal verb. Now, we'll move on to the phrasal verbs pick up and put off. Pick up. Can you pick up the children from school? Can you pick the children up from school? I'll pick you up from the airport. Put off. We will have to put off the meeting until Monday. We will have to put the meeting off until Monday. They have to put off their wedding until July. They have to put their wedding off until July. And now, the last two separable phrasal verbs today. The phrasal verbs put on and turn off. Put on. Put a coat on, it's cold outside. Put on a coat, it's cold outside. We're putting on a film show for the children. We are putting a film show on for the children. Why don't you put on that black dress I like? Why don't you put that black dress I like on? Turn off. Turn off the television before you go to bed. Turn the television off before you go to bed. Do you want me to turn off the air conditioning? Do you want to turn the air conditioning off? Would you mind turning off the heating? Keep on learning English. Take care. Bye-bye.